Adonai, it is I, your guy, Shaadie without the Y. That's Shaadie, and you are now tuned into the Moist Day Club.
True.
Wet.
True. Moist Day Club. You know we turning up. Hey.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Kenny Frank here again with another episode of Let's Be Blunt, brought to you by MoistDayClub.com. And our special guest today is Shaadie. Dude I've known since college. We went to college together. Go Bears. But I'll let him go ahead and introduce himself and tell you guys a little bit about himself.
What's going on, Wet World? It is I, your guy, Shaadie without the Y. That's spelled Shaadie. Coming from the home of Mac Dre, Crestside, North Vallejo, up in the Bay, man, West Coast all day. And, you know, spending time with my boy Kenny Frank, like he said, man, we ex-Cal Bears. Yes, that is college educated.
Yep.
Scholarship. Good grades, but you know, street smart and all the things.
Athlete or
Exactly.
student.
Whatever you want to call it. We made it work and we did good at it. So, you know, we here, man, out here in Vegas, baby.
Yeah, well, let's get that bad boy fired up there. Again, let's start off by just telling people a little bit about where you from, your upbringing, what it is you do.
Do music, record artist. Produce, mix, video edit, Renaissance man. I do it all. I had to just because, you know.
You got to do this day and age.
Yeah, man, be your own team.
Work.
So, and I want to learn everything so that I won't get, you know, screwed over. At least I can have an idea of directions and stuff and have my finger in everything. So, been doing this since 13, you know, like I said, I came up raised in North Vallejo, the Crest Side, 1200 Griffin Drive. Was born in Lemoore, California, government facility. Pops was in the military and stuff like that. But grew up in the Bay, back and forth to Georgia and North Carolina, where both sides of my family are. And by way of Kingston, Jamaica, Trinidad, Tobago. So, you know, I'm Bay Breaded, Southern Fried, Island Dyed, and you're going to see all sides through the music, through you see me on the streets, just everything. That's how I am.
Yeah, man, your whole get up. I like your whole rap.
So, appreciate it.
What's it called? Growing up, what did you guys do? What did you and your friends do growing up for fun?
Man, shouts out to my Cuddy Dow Jackson, B.A., Marcel, R.I.P. to Cuddy Dummy and Bees, Reg, Davion. They know how it was. You know, being where we was in the Crest at the time, growing up, late 80s, early 90s, you know, 80s baby, 90s kid. Shit, we was on radio flyers and going up to the new homes before they was built and getting crawdads and snakes and, you know, adventurous stuff like that. And coming back to the house and playing basketball.
With the crawdads, but snakes.
Hey, it was up there in the little ravine stuff by the highway. We fucked with it, bro. We did it. You know what I mean? Like, we got down like that, but also making music. Like, I started off doing parody shit. Like Weird Al Yankovic style. So
like Weird Al?
Yeah, so I would take people's songs and put my name and make it funny.
I feel like a lot of artists usually get going that way. That's how they figure out that they have some kind of creative like.
Yeah, you know, and I'm goofy.
Or able to put
so
words
mine was
together,
mine was comical. You know what I mean? So that's how it started, but it went from that to then rapping and freestyling and getting with other like known rappers around the area at the time in my high school, Bethel. It just was rapping and building my name like that, and I was like, I really like the music, you know what I mean? I modeled from 2 to 13, so I always was kind of in front of a camera in that type of wanting to, you know what I mean, and being an athlete and high profile. Like I said, coming from Vallejo, man, we all stars, coming from the Bay. It's a lot of us growing up that have made it or not made it, unfortunately, but.
So I know, we brought up the whole school stuff and athlete, but what is it that, tell the people, I know what you do, but tell them what you did for college or what sports you enjoyed.
Track scholarship. I'm a football player, track star. Ended up breaking my arm real bad, 9th grade, and had to sit out. And so I went and did track to stay in shape. And I've always been fast as everywhere. You know, I ran 4.2 in high school. You know, I ran 10.3 on dirt. I jogged 10.5s. I jumped over 25 feet.
He said jog.
You know, I made Olympic trials 2014 as a 17-year-old senior. I broke a 30-year-old
2014?
record. 2004. 2004, 17-year-old senior. I made Olympic trials. Ended up pulling my hamstring and stuff. But, you know, you can Google it. You can Google the real government name, Rashad Ali, and pop up and see it. But that's how I went to Cal. The first to sign a full scholarship in 20-something years at Cal for track. Yep. And I ended up leaving on my own terms. You know, it just wasn't a happy situation at the time. And
As happens with occasionally.
yeah, you know, it wasn't grades, wasn't nothing like that. School was easy. I'm a smart kid. You know, I wasn't gifted in talented education, intelligent, all this stuff. Just, you know.
Just needed a change of environment.
Yeah, and wanted to pursue my music and pursue my happiness more so.
No, yeah, man.
Yeah, you know,
I could go on stories about that myself, but no need. Who are some of the people that you work with right now in terms of in this music business?
I try to work with
projects
everybody.
you've had going
I try to work with everybody. I worked with Fab in the past. You know, I indirectly done some stuff.
Fab Bay Area rappers?
Yeah, Mr. Fab. Indirectly, you know, incorporated and done things with 40 and, you know, Short. Everybody kind of knows my name.
So you got stuff going.
Yeah, you know, Willie J, all these people know my name and do things, but you know, where I'm from, where we from, man, Bay Area, it's kind of a everybody want to do their own thing type thing, and I respect it and understand that. So I kind of got to venture out. Yeah, I got to venture out and mess with other people outside the area and get they love and all this stuff, just to solidify that it's not just a home base thing. And then the home base people, when they see the outside people, like, oh, y'all rocking with him too. We got to for sure rock with him and let y'all know he from here, and we got his back too. So that's all it is. It's a work in progress. I work with my bros, MFN, Fans First, Music Family Money, Mac Life.
The team right now.
Exactly. That's what I do. Moist Day Club, you know.
You already know. You see
it.
So who are some of like your biggest influences in music? Like who influences you? Like your style? It doesn't even have to be music. Like just.
I look to solid people that stick to what they stick to. Stick to in their beliefs and are trying to do something positive to have things move forward and not backwards. And more so specifically for us melanated skinned people, getting us higher elevated in our minds and knowing our real histories and knowing where we could be and how we could be better in ourselves if we come together. So I look to people from Pop to Marley to Garvey to Motown people.
Building people up.
Exactly.
People who build
Things
people
like
up
that.
instead of look at the destruction.
Exactly. That took a little bit more, not just were talented and entertaining, but had a little bit more thought added to wanting to provoke thought in their listener, not just entertain you and give you something cool. As you know, they were all good at it. Rick James, and David Ruffin, and Tim Tate, those, people like that. Exactly, but they still had a message. So I still try to convey message and points and drop little jewels here and there. So real people.
Your music is very message driven. Like it's lyrics, it's lyric driven. It's not just get up there and go wild. Don't get me wrong, you do got those bangers too.
You gotta be
right. The thing that I enjoy about your music is it starts off with the dope beat. Like all your beats are dope, but then you drop. When the beat completely drops and then you just go in.
Yeah. I let you open it. Yeah, I like to do that. Experience. Build up, like I said, I'm very strategic. I'm like dude from the A-Team. I love it when a plan comes. You know what I mean? So I think about all of that stuff. And I want you to challenge me as a consumer, as an interviewer, as an individual, whatever. You should be able to ask me anything about a song that I do. I should be able to back it up. I should be able to give you a reason why I wrote this way, what it means. That's just how I think about it. I'm that technical. So obviously it comes through. And I'm glad it does because that means I'm doing my job and I'm self-taught. I try by fire. I read other people and study others and try to pick up what I want to pick up and leave away the mistakes and correct stuff. And so I want to be a better version of certain people, but be me.
Right.
All at the same time.
Oh yeah.
And it's hard to catch, and I understand that. But
take bits and pieces from things that you
exactly.
See, add them to your repertoire.
Exactly, and everything new is hard to really catch on, and people. But when you really pay attention and listen, I got you.
Yeah, no, that's real. That's definitely real.
I didn't even know that was a Bob Marley cut.
Yep.
Marley out rude boy. I like this.
Hey,
yes.
yeah, no. in terms of like projects that you have out now or coming up, like you want to let the people know?
You just Google me. That's simple. Shaadie. That'll be the easiest thing I can say. I got a website in the making. I'm on iTunes. I'm on Amazon, Rhapsody, Spotify, SoundCloud, Reverb Nation, Dat Piff, everywhere like the air.
All the same.
Yeah.
All the same.
Shaadie. If you just go to any of those sites, some of them, specific URLs, maybe /Shadboard, /ShaadieB, but you just Google Shaadie or search it in those engines. Most of the time I'll pop up. I just dropped a project every month since August of last year to November of last year.
So you got new music out every month?
Yes, I did. I dropped 5, 6 projects, whatever, in that time span. I think one of those months I did 2. But just like 4 or 5 EPs and an old album revamped, lightweight, just put out for sale. So like I said, that's on iTunes. You go to iTunes, type in Shaadie.
Shaadie. And then as far as your social media, what is it at?
Team Shaadie. Instagram Team Shaadie, Snapchat ShaadieB, Twitter is a Team Shaadie and a Ye for Shaadie. I got many different pages for my companies. My Mac Life ENT, Mine's Achievement Change, Living in Forgotten Environments is my company, is my label, is my platform. And then my MFM.
Run that.
Mac Life, MACLIFE. Mine's Achieving Change, living in Forgotten Environments.
Shit.
That's what we are, you know what I mean, as I feel, and I know that can apply to anywhere. You don't have to be in a specific tough place or whatever. If you're a mind that's achieving change and you're living in a forgotten environment, that's anywhere.
Hey, every state
that you're not getting that you're not getting the support you feel you need, and
that is hard to come by out here.
So I've done a haircut drive in San Francisco, giving back school supplies as well too. The sheriff ended up coming out, some crazy stuff. You know what I mean? Like just heard about it and things, and it was small scale. 1029 ended up coming out there, setting up a booth and doing things. So shout out to them and my homegirl Italia and her Italia management. Like it was a cool thing to come together and see. If you bring up something positive, people will come by and support it, even without a major whatever. So I got the Mac Life.
You just got to show, put effort. People, you built it, and they'll
exactly. Come. So I got many things. So Music Family Money, my MFM co-op with my brothers that do music. It's like 5 of us in the Bay that all went to college and all did sports.
Want to shout them out?
Yeah, of course. My MFM, like that's what that means. Music Family Money, from Fan First. Like you said, we went to Cal.
Now that's been around. That's been around.
We did that in school.
Did that start? It started
we
at
did
Cal,
it at
right?
Cal.
No, I know it started at Cal, right?
Sean,
that's
Phil,
what
and Rob.
I remember.
We did it at Cal. Yeah, we did it at Cal. We made the twist and hook to represent our Fan First. That you see all is the Fan First family organization ran by Marshawn Lynch and Josh and Verdare Lawkins in the background and Robert Jordan in the back. That's our part. That's all family, all real cousins. I'm a part of that as well.
The loved one.
Yeah, and then me and Robert of that did our music thing with Rob Jordan, our other bros, Steve Line, Harper, Antonio Penniman, and John Fontenberry, Sticks, Tone, and Line. Okay. We became Music Family Money. You put the pinky out from the Twist and Hook, and that's MFM.
There you go. See, it's funny.
And that's what we like. We bought our music, we bought our family, and we bought our money. But we had to separate it from our Fan First athletic foundation and all this stuff. We do the music.
Okay.
So that's what it is, you know what I mean? And it's also middle finger music, read between the lines.
Yeah.
we ain't tripping off what you thinking or whatever. Yeah. This is what we doing.
No disrespect to what you got going on, but hey, we don't care.
So that's what I got going on. You can check all that out. You know how to be on the social media. Just like I said, hit up Shaadie, and most of the time I got everything linked, so try to make it easy for you.
Now, like I've already said, you got so many vendors. But if there was one song that you would tell people to listen to from you, that best describes you all in one, what would that one song be from any of your projects? It could be dating back from 2004, but just that one song.
That's a tough one. That is a tough one. That's like asking the chocolate fiend what type of chocolate. I don't know, bro. I would say it's some stuff that I have that I haven't even recorded yet. That I would say is more.
Oh, so the best is still to come, is what you say.
Yeah. I would say it's some things that I have. I'm getting into writing more about here's a look at me rather than
That's deep.
just entertaining.
That's
I feel like I've just been trying to entertain the ear and be slick with stuff and not really say as much as I could about myself in certain different.
That's pretty dope. I mean, I've never gotten that answer, so.
You know what I mean? Like I said, I like whatever you play of mine. Just go in whatever YouTube search engine, whatever, and just type them 7 letters in, Shaadie, to get that Shaadie. You'll find something. You'll find something that you like more than the first one, more than the second, more than the third. It's just a matter if you wanna.
What was that? What was the song that you performed? It was like the third one.
Was it the third one I did? Is called "I Do About That."
Well, I mean, that one was banging too, but the one after that?
The one after that was called "Go Get It." What were you thinking about? Because the second one was the one I told him that I come on rapid fire. Making a decision on how I'm
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, that was the second one. I told him. It's called "I Told Him."
Okay, well, I would suggest listening to that one because that one's fire.
And that's one that I even put out there. That was a sitter. We were doing that the first time ever.
Can they find that anywhere? Can people find that song anywhere or no?
Hit me at ShaadieMusic@gmail.com.
Oh, damn, that's crazy.
Hit me at ShaadieMusic@gmail.com. And if you're really that interested, I'll send it to you.
Hey, there you go.
It's a rough draft, straight out the studio, rough mix.
In fact, we'll probably sample it over this interview.
Yeah, you see it right now. The drop lights.
Exactly.
There it is.
But that's what's up. So when you're not doing the music thing, what are you doing?
What am I not doing, bro? I'm working. I work 3 different jobs, bro.
Like a straight Jamaican.
Man, like a real rude boy. 3 jobs. In living color, David, man. Jamaica, the mom. 3 jobs. Yeah, man. For real. But yeah, I do that. Make sure my family can eat. Make sure my priorities is in order. Make sure my responsibilities is met. Like, that's all it is. Just trying to be a responsible man. And putting down what I go through my art. Whether it's visually, whether it's musically, whether it's, writing it for somebody else maybe and translating their plight or their story or what. Exactly. You know what I mean? It's just, that's what I do. I live life, and right now, working jobs and being able to have certain checks to come in and do these things and stuff is what needs to be done at a certain point. You know what I mean? And if that means do what I do, which is pull a 23-hour day and sleep outside the other job to get it done, you know what I mean? And that's what I do.
Yeah, that's real tough. Gotta make it happen.
Exactly. So that's really all it is, man. Just living my life, making it work the best way I can, praising him always, and he getting me through. You know what I mean? That's it.
Gotta make it. That's it. Well, as always, this shit's out. About to start to burn my hand, so
I got a little.
Thanks, Shaadie, again. Oh, okay.
You can go ahead and end it.
Alrighty, well, shit. Cut.